and Festival Center. Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Grand Bend Speedway and Go-Kart Center. Excited to have you out here tonight for the preliminaries, nice and early. You are the diehards coming out here nice and early for the preliminary events. The main events, of course, get started at 8 o'clock p.m. tonight, but we like to get out here in the afternoon and have a little bit of fun. One of the things we do to have a little bit of fun out at Grand Bend Speedway and Go-Kart Center is we like to rip around in the go-karts a little bit sometimes before the main events. And so tonight, that is exactly what we are set to do. And we've got a star-studded lineup. I'm going to go down trackside here and get a better view of who is out there, because tonight it is celebrity go-kart race to a certain extent. Because as you can see, I'm announcing on my own. There's actually two announcers. Look for one there in the blue shirt. That's Chris Soares taking the green flag in the number 90. Kate Friel up in the 72 on the high side. Jeremy Curtis is in the 99. And Curtis getting down to the inside in that 99 early on. And they're drafting like Daytona on the back straightaway into turn 3. Jeremy Curtis is going to be your leader in the pink 99 out front. Pink or purple, depends how you look at it. Chris Soares in the blue shirt in second place. And you got the pink number 8. And then Kate Friel in the orange number 72, rounding out the field right now, though. Jeremy Curtis, though, your leader. As Kate Friel taking a look up to the high side here, she's going to try a little bit of a different line here from fourth place because she's got nothing to lose. Gets a bit of a momentum run there on the inside of the pink number 8, but it's not enough. Jeremy Curtis in the number 99, still your leader in the orange t-shirt. Our very own announcer, Chris Soares, who will be joining the broadcast after this race, keeping right locked on to the back of the 99 of Jeremy Curtis. Kate Friel in the orange 72, though, she is all kinds of stuff here to try to get around this number 8. And again, she looks up to the high side, but the block gets thrown by the 8. Slow down both those drivers. Friel trying to cross to the inside. As we now see the tandem draft down the back straightaway. Haven't seen that in a few years. Chris Soares, though, in the blue t-shirt, now right on the back bumper of Jeremy Curtis. Gives him a little bit of a bump there out of 4. Kate Friel gave a shot to the 8. She made an opening. And they're going wheel to wheel here. Kate Friel makes her way now up to 3rd. Jeremy Curtis up front there. He's one of our regular late model drivers. You'll see him going a heck of a lot faster later. Chris Soares giving him a little bit of a bump once again. Soares trying everything he can to try to make a move on the 99 of Jeremy Curtis. Kate Friel, though, trying to close this gap. That they run. Jeremy Curtis in the 99, Chris Soares in the purple 90 here in the preliminary fun events at Grand Bend Speedway. 72 of Kate Friel. She has closed this gap now within a kart length of Chris Soares. She pulled a bump and run on the 8 and set sail from there. Chris Soares weaving back and forth across the track, pushing the 99, shoots to the high side. Does he know Kate Friel is right there in the 72? Now our front 3 running tight down the back straightaway. Chris Soares putting the big pressure on. Kate Friel pressuring Chris Soares. Friel looking up to the high side again. This worked for her before. Here come the cross flags. We're halfway in. And our front trio They've all found each other. Chris Soares looking over his right shoulder, the announcer, who's watched a lot of races, but now finds himself in the hot seat with his Rogers TV announcer friend from Delaware, Kate Friel, pushing. He's looking, he's down on the grass practically trying to push Jeremy Curtis. Kate Friel now to the outside. She's got a wheel in there. Chris Soares tries to pinch her off up high. All to Jeremy Curtis's advantage. Kate Friel again looking up high. White knuckling it around the track here, up front here in the draft. Which, by the way, I do think the draft is effective in the karts. As you can see, our front trio just stuck together like glue here. The 8 appears to have lost the draft and falling back there. 99, Jeremy Curtis. 90 is the announcer, Chris Soares. The 72 is Kate Friel, one of the other announcers out here at Grand Bend Speedway. Thrilled to have you joining us tonight, whether you're watching in person here at the nice and early preliminary events, or whether you're watching with us online. Chris Soares again with the bumper to the back of the 99. Friel takes advantage, goes up high. She's wheel to wheel there, but she tucks back in. It's tough to make that high side pass. She was able to fight her way around the 8. But it's 5 laps to go here. So put your cards on the table. Chris Soares again trying to stick it to the 99 of Jeremy Curtis to see if he can't loosen up that cart a bit. Maybe use a little bit of bumper magic. It's not been for lack of trying though on the purple 90 of Chris Soares. The announcer giving it all he's got. You've got a late model driver out front, 2 announcers in second and third. You're watching the preliminary racing at Grand Bend Speedway. We like to get out here nice and early in the early evening and have a little bit of fun before the main events kick off. Chris Soares shoots it up high, trying to make the run on Jeremy Curtis. You see, I like to backseat drive a little bit, though. See, if it was me, he's got to poke his nose out way back here out of turn 4. He can't do it as he's going into turn 1. 2 laps to go here. He does get a heck of a head of steam, but he just can't get that 99 loosened up. He'll have one last kick at the can as the white flag flies. Final lap, he tucks out a line here at the start-finish line. Jeremy Curtis has been hugging the bottom here all race long. Soares looking up high. There goes Kate Friel to the inside. Kate Friel side by side. She's down on the grass. Loses a ton of speed. Gets pinched off by the other announcer. And down the front straightaway, having some fun tonight. Jeremy Curtis opens up the inside for Chris Soares, but Curtis takes it. Soares for second. The 72 at Kate Friel for third. The 8 rounds out the field fourth here in the karts. Jeremy Curtis, your winner in the 99. Jeremy, grab your flag there. We'll catch a quick word. Jeremy, you're a regular runner in our late model division, but you thought you'd come out and have some fun here during the pre-show.
Yeah, these go-karts are really fast and they're a lot of fun, and I really know how to get them around here.
8 o'clock p.m. is the main event in your late model. Obviously a lot more horsepower, a lot more fun driving that late model, I'm sure, but you started your night with a checkered flag, I guess. That's a good start, eh?
Yeah, I think I got a good piece as a late model for tonight, so hopefully I end up back here in my heat.
Awesome. Philip's going to snap a photo here, or I can snap the photo there.
Let's wait. Everybody wait. Everybody be cool. Wait. What?
Jeremy Curtis, our winner in the go-karts for the first round. Here come the junior sprinters. Heat race number 1. So these are our junior sprinters here in the preliminary competition, our youngest drivers. It's development competition. This is the first of 2 heat races that you're going to see. All the junior sprints run during preliminary competition. The idea is the kids get to finish a little bit early, and maybe then they get to watch the main events later on from the grandstands at the 8 o'clock start for our main events. Drivers being instructed to double up. They're going to be getting the 1 to go here. They're going to be seeing the green flag this time by car number 90. That's Paisley Lamont out of London. On her on the high side there, you're going to find that's the number 18H of Edwin Hyde. The 6 is Alexis Eaton. The 2 is Blake Watson as the green flag drops there. The 39 is Landon Moore, and rounding out the field is lucky number 13. That's Camlin Bright. And we're off and racing with those junior sprinters, looking to almost thinking 3 wide there for a moment. The 39 of Landon Moore was looking at that deep in the field. Your battle for the lead is out front, though. The 18H of Edwin Hyde, the purple number 2. That's Blake Watson. Watson in that 2 out of West Lorne. And then the 6 is Alexis Eaton, good for 3rd. The first, again, of 2 qualifying heat races here in the preliminaries. Preliminary racing tonight at Grand Bend Speedway started at 5:45 p.m. We have a fan appreciation night tonight, scheduled for 7:30 p.m. once the preliminaries are complete. Tune in at 8 o'clock p.m. tonight. That'll be our main event. For those watching online, it'll be a second stream later on tonight. As we see our battle for the lead, the 2, Blake Watson, looking high, looking low, looking everywhere you can go on that 18H of Edwin Hyde. She is fast tonight. As the halfway flag is out, 4 laps in, 4 laps to go in the quick 8-lap heat race. For our youngest drivers and the junior sprinters, 6.5 horsepower motors. I'd say under the hood, but the motors are not under the hood. The motors are to the left of the drivers. Gives them that extra left side weight as they're whipping through these left-hand turns. Just 2 laps to go there at the start-finish line. Preliminary heat races underway. Grand Bend Speedway. White flag flies, 1 lap to go for the 18H of Edwin Hyde. He's looking like he might be able to hold off the very fast number 2 of Blake Watson. This is a bit of a surprise. She was looking so strong early in the race, but you got 2 strong drivers out front. Oh, she looks to the inside, but not enough. Checkered flag for the 18H of Edwin Hyde. I forgot, April's away this week. We're taking the photos too. Heat number 2 for the junior sprinters up next. 2 qualifying heats. Chris Soares has made his way back to the booth after his go-kart run. Chris, a second place finish to start the night, but you were making the bumper magic. Go for it there.
Yeah, I was trying to get around Jeremy there, but I felt I had a little faster kart, but it's like go to the outside, I'm done. So it felt like we were going faster than.
Always fun in those go-karts there. White flag flies here for these junior sprinters.
Back to some regular scheduled programming. I was gonna say those karts either feel faster on the track, but might be looking a little slower to a spectator's point of view, but they are fun. Green flag on the racetrack, junior sprint action here.
The 85 out front, that's Ryan Clark.
Yeah, good start for Ryan in that 85 front four trying to get away here.
The 10 is Tyson Fusil running in second. The number 98, that's Bryson Fuller up on the high side there. He's going for second place. The 10X, that's Maxon Desat. And rounding out the field is the number 75, that's Killian Collins. And so, our leader continues to be the number 85, Ryan Clark out of Strathroy, just having a whale of a race. He's pulled away from everybody, and he's in a league of his own. Next closest runner is the 10 of Tyson Fusil, Fusil out of London. And your third place runner is the 10X of Maxon Desat out of Chatham, the number 98. That's Bryson Fuller out of London. 2 laps to go for the 85 of Ryan Clark, the Strathroy driver.
Yeah, Ryan looking strong tonight so far, John. A pretty healthy lead here with 2 to go.
White flag has flown. Final lap for the 85 of Clark. And checkered flag. Clark takes it in a total domination of the 8-lap heat race. The 10 of Tyson Fusil for second. He's a strong runner. That's no sweat to pull away from him like that. You are watching preliminary competition from Grand Bend Speedway. Oh, he overshot the photographer. Philip, they don't recognize you. Wishing well, by the way, to April Wilson and family. She'll be back but just taking care of some family stuff this week. April's certainly wishing you well this week. Hope to see you back here next Saturday. April's our regular photographer, does an awesome job. You can hop on the Grand Bend Speedway Facebook page and also Wilson Photography Facebook and see the great work that she's been doing all year. There's Clark. And Philip, who's on a regular on our Checkered Flag Media video crew, has become a temporary photographer here for a couple weeks until April's leg is feeling a little bit better. Although, April, if you're watching, the stairs are in. We've been waiting for these stairs for so many years, and it's such a blessing.
I love the stairs.
I walked in, I saw the stairs, and I said, you see, I think it was a sport people would watch from home, and they'd see me jumping over the barrier, and they would always wonder. They'd say, when's the night going to be? When's he going to go flat on his face? How many people will be watching the live stream when it happens?
I think the wager was more on when I had to go up and down the ladder, John. That was interesting.
You did great on the ladder. The ladder, the vault, it was sort of like the Grand Bend Speedway Olympics, but now it's just the stairs. But now it's the Can-Ams taken to the track for their first of two 10-lap qualifiers. Sponsored by Miller Mobile Offices. The Can-Ams would like to thank their sponsors, certainly Miller Mobile Offices, but also Flamborough Machine Shop, DJD Graphics, Schweeken Speedway and Glenn Stiers Racing, Larry's of Orangeville, Grisdale Racing Products, American Racer Tires, BW Towing, Wagner Printing, BD's Distillers, as well as Race Pulse. Those are the sponsors of the Can-Ams, and we are thrilled to have them out here at the track. These are absolutely awesome machines. If you have never seen these before, essentially they're three-quarter scale sprint cars. That's sort of the way of looking at it. A lot of fans call them the TQs. I often call them the TQs. It means three quarters. As you look at them, they've got the big wing on top for the extra downforce. They're ultra light, ultra fast, ultra competitive. The only thing I don't like about them is that they rained out their first event of the track this year. Only get to see them once this year, but you know, it just makes it all the sweeter when we get to see these awesome machines at Grand Bend Speedway. Your starting lineup looks like this. The number 75 is going to be starting out front. That's going to be Larry Lawson. You can see him over in turn 3. That is the left-hand side of the raceway.
Yeah, these Can-Am midgets are fast. Don't blink, race fans. The lap will go right by you before you know it.
That's why they do 10 laps here for their heat race. Gives them a little extra time. Sherry Hogan is in the 74. That's for second. 57, that's James Stanley for third. The 13 is Jaden Riddell. The 78, Darren McLennan. The 24, Adrian Steele. The 96, Alex Cornell. Green flag flies. The Can-Ams are at it here in turn 1. Welcome back to Grand Bend Speedway as we speed into the third turn. Caution is out, though. It was a jump start. Jump start is the call from the officials. It's a fun night because the Can-Am officials hang out here in the announcer's booth with me. This is the good side. It's the good side of the booth because we've got cookies over here. They didn't offer you guys cookies.
Cookies?
Cookies are not for you. No, you can have a cookie. Oh, actually, really, you have to talk to camera operator John Paul if you want a cookie. There was our white flag. The drivers got a little excited there. I think they thought we were...
Yeah, they thought they were going green that time by, but the white flag displayed.
The drivers appear confused, despite the installation of the brand new wheel and corner lights. There we go. Okay, we're slowing down. All right. Here comes the white flag. Okay, there's the white flag. All right. It's a one-a-year stop. Green flag flies down the front straightaway, and we're off and running with the Can-Ams once again. Your new leader out front is the 13. That's Jaden Riddell. Gets himself out front in a big way early on. As the 57, James Stanley gets down to the inside. That's good for second place. The 78, he's on the move. That's Darren McLennan. Good for second place. Drivers get themselves single filed out here. But again, these laps are going to knock off in a hurry for the Can-Am 10-lap heat race. They're going to be seeing their halfway signal this time by.
Out front is the 13. That's Jaden Riddell out of Woodstock, Ontario, running in second spot. The 57, James Stanley from Orangeville, Ontario, and the 78 right there. That's Darren McLennan out of Dundas in third.
And so as those laps tick down, the 2 laps to go signal has come from the flag stand. Your leader will be seeing the white flag as he makes his way into turn 3. Jaden Riddell and lucky number 13 started 4th in this one. But he's going to finish in first down the front straightaway. Jaden Riddell, your winner in the 13. Second place goes to the 57. That's James Stanley. And then the 78 is Darren McLennan. And that'll wrap up the first of the heat races, first of 2 heat races.
Yeah, these Can-Am midgets, John, they're awesome to watch. There was some contact earlier on in that heat with the 24 of a Jody Bound out of Toronto and Larry Lawson in the 75, but they were both able to finish their heat race. But that's some fast laps here at Grand Bend Speedway.
You know, and it's pretty cool here, even just the sound that we hear when they go past the flag stand. So if you're listening carefully, it sort of sounds like a motorcycle at speed, like a sports motorcycle, which makes sense because that's the motors they're running. They're running those Suzuki motors in there. Snap a quick photo here. Again, welcome to Grand Bend Speedway and Go-Kart Center. We're thrilled to have you joining us, whether you're in person or watching the preliminaries online. These are the preliminary events of the program. The main event is at 8 o'clock p.m. tonight, starting off first with the Can-Ams. We've also got a special interview session at 7:30 p.m., an autograph session, I should say, where fans can come on down on the track, meet the drivers, see the cars, snap some photos. Be lots of fun tonight at Grand Bend Speedway. Thrilled to have you joining us tonight.
Let's introduce you to the drivers here for heat race number 2 for the Can-Am midgets. Is Tyler Cullen from Atwood, Ontario. The Dominic, the 49 from Brantford, Ontario. The 68, that's Paul Jorgensen from St. Catharines. The 05 is Adam Racine from Toronto. 49, as mentioned, Dominique Smith. The 42 is Daniel Hahn from Hillsdale, Ontario. And the 5, Andrew Whelan from Georgetown, Ontario. That's your running order for heat race number 2.
New installation at Grand Bend Speedway this week. The wheel and corner lights are in, flashing with the bright yellow pattern. Previously, we've always run the traditional traffic lights, but these lights, they flash and they look great. And the purpose, though, is mainly a safety purpose, right? So when it comes to these corner lights, when the caution comes out, very eye-catching for these drivers. There's our white flag on the speedway here. We're going to be going green flag racing this time by. Green flag is out on the track, and we are underway. Drivers make their way by the start-finish line for the first time. Your 49 is your leader. Dominique Smith started in second, up to first. Whoa, into the inside goes your new leader. That's going to be your points leader. The 42 of Daniel Hahn started way back and forth, makes his way up to the lead. In short order, he was pretty confident, actually, when I talked to him during the pre-race tonight. So not crazy surprising to see him running super strong out front here. Heat race number 2. Drivers will be getting the halfway signal this time by from Will up in the flag stand. Daniel Hahn, your leader, down that back straightaway. And just out by a country mile. Running so absolutely strong tonight. 2 laps to go from Will up in the flag stand. Bit of a battle shaking up for second as the 68 of Paul Jorgensen trying to put a move there out of turn 4 on that 49 car of Dominique Smith, and makes the pass, completes the pass. Good for second, checking back in on the front straightaway. Daniel Hahn, the 42, your winner. The 68 of Paul Jorgensen was able to pick up that second place spot over the 49 of Dominique Smith. The 43 was Tyler Cullen for 4th. 5th goes to the 05 of Adam Racine. And the 5, Andrew Whalen, rounds us out in 6th place. And that's it for the heat races.
They're quick.
They're
fast. Midget heat race, that's for sure.
They are quick. Yeah, the officials up here reminding us a good piece of advice when you're watching these cars. Don't blink. Don't blink or you'll miss them. They're gone.
Oh, John, you were mentioning our preliminary section right now, our main event coming up later, which begs the lead into the fact that we're introducing a new format this evening. John, you're going to take us through why?
Yeah, so Grand Bend Speedway, we are located just up the road from Grand Bend, the beach at Grand Bend, the tourist town. And one of the things that we've noticed when we're chatting with beachgoers about trying to get them out to the racetrack is, and again, people watching from home, if you're a diehard motorsport sports fan, this might sound strange to you, but for lack of a, well, I'll phrase it this way. Fans at Delaware know that I took a few years off from racing there as my family was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and getting my career established and things like that outside of racing, and I came back in. But one of the gifts that I was given when I got out of racing for a few years there was I realized something about the racing community, and I realized something about the non-racing community. The non-racing community has no idea what we're talking about 90% of the time. So when we go and we say, okay, heat races are starting at a certain time, feature races are starting at this time, we're racing this division, that division, it sounds stressful to the general public. And so one of the things Grand Bend Speedway is trying to do is run what's called preliminary events, which makes it clear to the beachgoers. These are sort of the early events. They establish the tone for the evening. You're welcome to come out for them, but it's certainly not mandatory if you're going to enjoy the event. 8 o'clock p.m. is the guaranteed start time, and we run the touring series and the strongest divisions first when we do that. The kids programs like the junior sprints, we're also running earlier in the preliminaries so the kids can get home a little bit earlier or come up and watch the main events as well. So it's a different way of looking at racetrack scheduling, and we're interested to see sort of the fan feedback, the driver feedback, and how it works out. But the ultimate goal is this, is that when we put a poster up down on Grand Bend Beach, I can tell you tonight, the Can-Ams are going to start tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. And we know that. We've got a fan block before that for autograph sessions and things like that. So again, just a different way of looking at racetrack scheduling. It's nothing I've ever seen before. but I was talking to the promoters here, Tabitha and Gord, and the way they explained it and the way the crowd kind of works down at the beach there, it's got a good shot at it here. We're looking forward to seeing if it works for him.
NASCAR late models on the track right now. Olivia Curtis on the inside, and Jeremy Curtis in that 77. Rylan Fascinato in the 25 and the 1. Jonathan Schrummler, here we go, late model heat. Schrummler around on the inside, grass in turn number 1. You see the tire tracks going in to the grass, still green on the racetrack, still green, and caution on the Speedway. And we were wondering if the caution was going to come out. There was some discussion as we welcome in the third member of our team, Kate Friel. There was some discussion in the drivers' meeting this evening about cars spinning into the infield grass and maybe not getting a caution. Is that right?
So it depends on how far they're spin into the infield, whether they're a safe distance or not, and whether or not the race officials think that it's going to be safe enough to keep the race going in order to keep the program running and make sure that they're putting on a great show for these fans.
All right, so we'll give them the white flag here for the late models. Eight laps of scheduled distance here. Coming out of turn 4. And we're running with the Jeremy Curtis, good start there. And Fascinato on Olivia Curtis for third.
Olivia Curtis gets hung out on the outside. That's a driver that's progressing each week, definitely doing better as the season progresses.
If I know anything, that's for sure. I had learned that in a go-kart race. He's tough to pass. Schrummler looking to the outside of Fascinato, side by side for a second spot. Curtis out front, Fascinato in the 25, Schrummler in the 1. Cross flags of the flag stand.
Halfway through this race.
Oh, Olivia Curtis around just past the start-finish line. And caution immediately on the Speedway, right in the middle of the groove there. And we'll get our second caution of this late model heat race. Good opportunity tonight to wish Ginny Farrell a happy 29th birthday, joining us tonight from the beautiful town of Wyerton.
While you're ready.
They're going to get re-racked, restacked, side by side. Fascinato gets his spot back. He's on the outside. Curtis on the inside. Schwimmer looking to the inside of the 25 of Fascinato down the backstretch.
Schrummler trying to dive in. The 77 of Curtis will shut the door. But Schrummler will grab that second spot. Jeremy Curtis off front. Jonathan Schrummler, Rylan and Fascinato, Olivia Curtis. That's our running order.
Jeremy Curtis has definitely got to protect the inside coming out of the corners as Schwimmer's looking to pounce on the inside, as that is his preferred line.
Yeah, Schrummler tried to crossover last time in turn 2. Almost lost the car. Coming around to the white flag, Jeremy Curtis on the point. Curtis. Fascinato gave him a shot. Sorry, that was Schwemmler that gave Curtis a shot. Through turns 3 and 4, checkered flag in the air. Jeremy Curtis will win it. Followed by Jonathan Schwemmler, Rylan Fascinato, and Olivia Curtis. Hot, humid, sticky, sunny Saturday here at Grand Bend Speedway and Festival Center. Thank you so much for joining us. Introducing a new format for you this evening into the preliminary events. And we're hoping to do a little front stretch fan meet and greet with our drivers before the main event around 8 o'clock tonight. Still lots to come, including our bone stocks, another pro kart race. I'm not racing in that, but I think Kate Friel might be racing in it. Kate was here earlier with her family doing go-karts, if I'm not mistaken, though. Kate Friel spends most of her time alone and in darkness, so we'll give her the second kart ride.
Thanks, Chris.
Bone stocks still to come, more junior sprints as well. We should have our 9 horsepower sprints up next here.
And there we go. There's our fourth 9 horse for this heat race. On the track, we have the 12 of Gareth McLean. On the outside is going to be the 13 of Ray Janice Jr. Then we've got the 90 of Keegan Lamont and the 33 of Carter Nickel.
Eight laps of scheduled distance here for the 9 horsepower sprints. And I think there's still some seats open for the second pro go-kart race coming up in a very short while. So if you're interested, head on down to the diner just over the wall in turn number 2. Go see the ladies in there. Go see Tabitha. I'm pretty sure there's some seats left for the go-kart race if you're interested in partaking. And you get to put Kate into the infield grass for a second straight time. Getting set for the 9 horsepower sprints, McLean and Janice Jr. on the front row. Here they come out of turn 4, green flag. McLean, Janice Jr. out front. Nickel in the 33, Lamont in the 90. Good start by Janice Jr. will grab the lead. Nickel already to the outside of the 12. And McLean Lamont's making it 3 wide into turn 3. Great move there by Keegan Lamont. Will grab a spot, maybe 2. Trying to get to the inside of Carter Nickel, but Carter will grab that second spot.
Anytime you want to talk.
Working turns 3 and 4 to complete another lap. Janice Jr. out front. Nickel crossover by McLean to the inside of the 90 of Lamont. And Gareth will grab that spot and wants another one. Nicely tucked in. Lamont gets a great run. Corner exit, turn 2. And Keegan will now get to the inside of Gareth, and that's green number 12, but can't make it stick.
12's won back-to-back features, but looks like struggling a little bit in this heat. Looks like Carter Nickel and Ray Janice Jr. have definitely found the speed that they've been missing in those karts for the last couple weeks.
4 down, 4 to go, 9 horsepower sprints. Out front, Ray Janice Jr., Gareth McLean in second, side-by-side battle for third. Lamont is there again, and Keegan will grab that spot from Carter Nickel, who falls a couple of spots.
These 4 karts seem to be swapping spot for spot as they go around. It looks like the 12 of McLean to the inside of Janice Jr. with 2 to go on the Speedway.
Yeah, Janice Jr. got really, really loose in turn number 3. Had to get out of the gas and falls back into the clutches of Keegan Lamont now. McLean out front got a good run last time around corner 2 to make that pass. White flag on the Speedway. Here's Lamont now to the inside of Janice Jr. And Keegan's going to try and stick it in there. Carter Nickel coming around the outside. They've all closed back in with half a lap to go. McLean will lead him into turn 3. Janice will dive to the inside. Drag race to the line. Oh, I got to go to the scores for that one. That's tight. I couldn't even see it.
I've got live timing up, and I think the 12 of Gareth
She's good for
McLean.
something, folks. Here we go. Oh, we get along great, don't we?
This guy
Just
today,
kidding.
guys.
What did you get? What did you get on the timing and scoring?
I already answered you, but you were too
Okay,
busy
all
making
right.
fun of me. It's
What a
Gareth
fantastic race for the
McLean.
9 horsepower sprint class. McLean by probably a half a foot. What was the exact time, Kate?
So it looks like the split was .022.
Wow, that's fantastic. 22/100ths of a second. Good up, race fans. The 12, Gareth McLean, a great run there for the 9 horsepower sprint class.
Marshman Engines has been a longtime supporter of competition at Grand Bend Speedway. Keith Marshman has been trusted and reliable source for small engine repair, maintenance, and diagnostics. So we would like to thank Marshman Engines for all of our engine needs.
Junior Sprint B main on track right now, race fans. I want to thank some of our other sponsors as well. RCM Racing Equipment, Dock Stater Property Maintenance, Pinedale Motor Inn, Lambton Sanitation, Marble Fasteners. Thank you so much for jumping on board with Grand Bend Speedway and Festival Center this year. My FM Radio, Exeter Grand Bend 90.5 and Strathmore Caradox 105.7. All right, Kate, why don't you introduce us to our drivers for the B main? Okay, I'll do this. The 39, that's Landon Moore out of Watford. At 98, London's Bryson Fuller. The 90, that's Paisley Lamont out of London. The 75, Cillian Collins out of Petrolia. 13 is Camlin Bright out of Petrolia. And the 15, Paxton Bright, you guessed it, out of Petrolia. All right, getting set for the B main for the junior sprints. $12 laps of scheduled distance here. And green flag, we're running here. And Landon Moore out to good start. Bryson Fuller, nice little run. Look out, Moore doesn't know he's there. And they almost touch going into turn number 3. And Landon will lead the opening lap. 98 of Fuller there in second. The 90 of Paisley Lamont tucked right in there in third.
Paisley Lamont got a great run coming off turn 4. Let's see if she gets another good run and can go to the inside.
Front 3 all. Moore, Fuller, and Lamont working turns 1 and 2. Cillian Collins in 75 in 4th spot. At 75, Cillian Collins trying to bridge that gap to that front trio. But it's Landon Moore will lead him back for another lap.
Fuller trying to get a run, but Moore just seems to have some great lap times. Was able to put down his fastest lap last time by.
Coming up on some traffic, the 15 of Paxton Bright, the leaders are. Moore, Fuller, Lamont. Here they come, across the stripe, halfway. 6 down, 6 to go. And they go to the high side of the 15. Killian Collins remains alone in the 4th spot, the 13 of Camlin Bright in 5th.
Fuller gets a good run, but will it be enough to get to the back end of Moore in order to make a move? Moore got a little bit loose. To the inside goes Fuller.
Right, I think, oh, look out, he got a little squirrely on turn 4. Now they're all bunched up at the line. Don't know who won that lap or who got credit for that lap, but now it's Fuller to the inside of Moore, and Lamont there as well in the 90. Put a blanket over them, they're all together, and they'll go around. 2 of them go around, oh, and Fuller kept it straight. Moore's around, and Lamont got around everything. Caution on the Speedway.
Good reaction time on Paisley. Lamont was able to get around the 2 sideways carts that were in front of her. So good job on Paisley, and she will lead us to green next time by.
Yeah, so we'll have to, there's a good chance she will, Kate, but we'll have to see. They go back to the last completed lap by the entire field. An instant car goes to the back, so I would assume the 39 is going to the back. Fuller might remain at the front. We'll have to wait and see what the racing officials say here.
Yeah, right now, if they went back to the last completed lap and didn't deem Fuller an accident car, then yes, Fuller would lead us to green. But if deemed an accident car, it should be Paisley Lamont. So we'll have to wait and see what the race officials decide to do before we can go back green.
Aidan Maynard, your race director this evening here at Grand Bend Speedway.
The Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprints are an entry-level division for kids to get involved in racing. Open to drivers up into the age of 14. Kids build their experience lap by lap. Pinedale Inn Motor Junior Sprints and the Pinedale Inn Motor is just up the street. I keep flipping those words, don't I? Pinedale Motor Inn. There we go.
I'm not sure if it was a Pinedale or a Pinedale Motor.
I don't know. It's the Pinedale Motor Inn. See, look, now we're saying it so many times, they're getting all of their sponsorship for this division worth. They're just a stone throw up the beaches of Grand Bend, paths of the Pinery.
White flag on the Speedway. Nice, the 90 of Lamont will be the leader here and control car. Killian Collins in the 75. Then it's Moore and Fuller. So the 15 and the 13 a lap down. Green flag, we're racing with the junior sprints already. 3 wide, going into turn 1. Fuller on the high side, Moore in the middle. And Lamont will squeeze out Moore. Here they come out of turn number 4. Moore to the inside. That's your battle for the lead, I believe. Right, Kate? The 39 and the 90 and the 98? Is the 75 leading? Okay, so we got Killian Collins out front the 75. So good restart for Killian. And now Landon Moore is going to try and track that 75 down. Fuller and Lamont in a battle for third. Two to go this time by for the 75, Killian Collins. Here they come through turns 3 and 4. Killian Collins is going to win a checkered flag for the 75, followed by Moore, Fuller, Lamont, and the 13 of Camlin Bright, the 15 of Paxton Bright. And we're going to hear from the driver of the 75 momentarily here with Kate Friel. We're just going to get Killian in position here so we can see here for our viewers at home. And we'll take it down the trackside of Kate.
All right, so down here with Killian after a B main win. Do the microphone. So how does it feel to win the B main?
Good.
So what is your game plan for the A main? How are you going to get to the front?
I'm going to drive a little hard.
All right, folks, you heard it. Killian's going to drive it really hard to try and get the win for the A main.
All right, race fans, give it up for the 75, Killian Collins. Yeah. B main junior sprint winner. Well done. We'll go from the small junior sprints to the full-size cars, the 4 cylinders. The Bone Stocks coming out right now for their heat races. Heat race number 1 for the Bone Stocks, 8 laps, the scheduled distance. Actually, I think this is the only heat race. We have Hamilton in the 7 from Thetford, Ontario. Sarnia's Lucas Chapman in the 78, and Justin Culver from Lucan in the 50 car. And you and I were doing the broadcast at the half mile in Delaware last night. Culver had a really good run in that second Bone Stock feature last night.
Yeah, except for he runs the 78 there, so it really confuses me when he switches to the 50. But it's okay, we'll get it.
White flag on the Speedway from Will in the flag stand this evening. 8 laps for the Bone Stocks here.
Lucas Chapman's another driver that we've seen a couple times now, trying the half mile, doing a really good job holding his own. So it's nice to see some young drivers giving some other tracks a try as well, but always coming back to Grand Bend Speedway.
Hamilton will be the control car here coming out of turn 4, looking at the flag stand. And green flag, we're racing with the Bone Stocks. Hamilton the 7. It's Chapman in the 78, Culver in the 50. And Culver looks to the inside already. But a good corner exit for the 78. And Lucas Chapman will look to grab the lead. Hamilton will fight back on the inside. Give that lap to Chapman.
Chapman's making that outside line work. Definitely putting it to Hamilton, who's on the inside. Chapman pulls Culver almost all the way through. Hamilton fighting back on the inside.
Lucas Chapman, your leader in that 78. Culver goes in really hard in turn 1. And then it's Hannah Hamilton in the 7.
Culver's going to see if he can go to work on Chapman. Chapman's just trying to run lap by lap and hit his marks here.
are out for the next race, eh? Good battle for the lead out of turn 4. Chapman, Culver, nose to tail. Culver all over that rear decklet of the 78. Coming around, half a mile to go, 2 laps at the line. Chapman, Culver. Half a lap to go. 78 to Chapman trying to finish it off here out of turn number 4. Lucas Chapman will take a checkered flag. Culver will come home second, followed by the 7 of Hannah Hamilton. That'll conclude our bone stock heat race. And we'll see if we get Lucas back around here for a little photo op. Little photo op for the Bone Stock 78. Give a hand, race fans. Lucas Chapman with the heat race win there in the 78. Next up, our Can-Am midgets back out for a dash for cash 4-lap shootout. '75, that's Larry Lawson from Laughlin, Ontario. The 5 is Andrew Whelan from Georgetown. 96, that's Alex Connell from Dundas, Ontario. White flag on the Speedway. And the 05, Adam Racine from Toronto, Ontario. Dash for cash, a 4-lap shootout for the Can-Am midgets. Here we go. Out of turn 4, they'll mash the gas, green flag. Lost it on the inside, but great corner by the 5 of Whelan. And Whelan's out front. Here comes the 05 of Racine. And Racine will dive to the inside and make the pass. And Adam Racine out front. 2 laps to go. It's Adam Racine down the back, looking for the white flag this time. Out of turn 4, white flag on the Speedway. Down the back one final time. The 05, Adam Racine, dash for cash. Followed by the 5 of Andrew Whelan. The 75 of Larry Lawson. The 96 of Alex Connell is your finishing order for the dash for cash, but your winner, the 05 out of Toronto, Ontario, Adam Racine. And we're going to hear from Adam coming up momentarily with our very own John Helton.
Adam, congratulations on your dash for cash victory. What's the outlook for the feature race main event tonight at 8?
We'll see. We're not sure if we're down on power or not, but between that and trying to get the car handled up,
we'll see. I'm hoping for the best. I really like this track, so we'll see.
And who do you want to thank tonight?
What was that, sir?
Oh, sorry, who do you want to thank tonight?
A big thank to Larry Wilson. Without him, I wouldn't be back out here. He lets me drive this car for him, and this is my first year back since 2018, so I wouldn't be here without him.
Race fans, Adam was seen in the 05, your winner for the Dash for Cash.
Thank you, John. Still to come, our junior sprint feature. 20 laps for the junior sprints. That's still to come before we transition to our front stretch fan meet and greet. Up next, we should have our second Pro Kart Racing League race. And that front stretch fan event meet and greet, your chance to get down on the track. Meet, greet, talk to the drivers, your favorite driver, visit with your favorite driver. And in our main event, starting around 8 o'clock tonight with our Can-Am Midget feature, our late model feature, 9 horsepower sprint feature, and bone stock feature coming up in our main event. Don't forget GrandBendSpeedway.ca, all your information. And if you're hungry, thirsty, head on over to the diner over the wall in turn 2. Some refreshments there, some delicious food. And when you're sitting on the patio, you can have a look in the pits. Clear view of the pits and drivers and teams working on their cars.
Special thanks to our supporter, MyFM 105.7 Strathroy and 90.5 Exeter. Each day, the teams at MyFM leverage the power of local radio and their local websites to help make a difference in our communities. Find them online at exetertoday.ca and strathroytoday.ca for local community news, events, and contests. You'll find them on the radio dial at 105.7 FM in Strathroy and 90.5 FM in Exeter. For a full schedule of Grand Bend Speedway events, visit grandbendspeedway.ca. Huron Transfer Service late models bring the thrill of high-intensity late model racing to GBS as the track's top local division in the NASCAR Advance Auto Parts Weekly Series. Cobra tires help keep racing affordable and fair for drivers. Special thanks to Huron Transfer Service for their support, serving Central Huron and surrounding areas. Give them a call at 519-482-1100 to book your next ride. Dockstader Property Maintenance Bone Stocks provide a low-cost option for getting into full-size racing using cars that are readily available through scrapyards. Dockstader Property Maintenance provides lawn maintenance, snow and ice control management for the Oneida Nation of the Thames, Chippewa of the Thames First Nation, Munsee Delaware Nation, Strathroy Caradoc Township, and South London. Robson Scrap Metal Mini Trucks are a classic half-scale division of racing at Grand Bend Speedway. Because of their size, the mini trucks turn Grand Bend Speedway from a short track into a full-throttle super speedway all the way around. A special thanks to Robson Scrap Metal, located on Carling Street in St. Mary's, for their support of the mini trucks. Grand Bend Home Hardware 9-horsepower sprints are considered the original division of Grand Bend Speedway. Even before the track was expanded, the sprints were running and providing amazing competition. McLean's Home Hardware is located in Grand Bend with all you need to make your next home or garden project a success. The Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprints are the entry-level division for kids to get involved in racing. Open to drivers up to the age of 14, kids build their experience lap by lap. Pinedale Motor Inn is just a stone's throw away from the beaches of Grand Bend and the paths of Pinery Provincial Park. It's your cozy retreat after a sun-soaked Grand Bend day. For more information on any of these divisions, visit grandbendspeedway.ca.
Behind for the entire race. I had a little bit more speed, but if I get to the outside, if you go to the outside in a go-kart here, because these go-karts are pretty well matched, John, you're going to get at least passed on the inside, or at least someone's going to draw even with you. So I waited to the very last minute. Kate got a little aggressive, so I put her into the grass. You can ride these go-karts around the track. Just go to grandbendspeedway.ca, green flag. Looks like the 7. Is that Cohen Jones in that turquoise number 7 out front? 27 of Kate Friel tucked in right behind Cohen in that 7. The 43 is Olivia Curtis, another late model driver on the outside. 67 is Jeremy Curtis. They're 3 wide at the back. Oh, a little contact there between Curtis and I think Travato in the 46. And the front 2 trying to get away here. 3 wide again in turn number 1. Myself and some buddies came out, did some go-karting, I think about 3 weeks ago here at Grand Bend Speedway. We missed the party because we were here and on track there was 19 karts in one race. It was awesome. Bring your family, bring some friends, bring a big group. Whoa, we got a spin. Travato into the inside grass. And keeps it running back out on the track. Got a lot of work to do for the 46. And we'll stay green. Jones still out front. Friel in second. And Friel puts Jones into the grass. He looks at her. The funny thing is, they both came to the track together. Kate gave Cohen a ride. They're both from the London area. And Cohen's not going to be happy about that. Back and forth spot now. All of a sudden, the 52 of Phoebe finds herself in second spot. Jeremy Curtis in the 67 in third. And Phoebe closing in on Friel in that 27. We might have a battle here at the front of this field. Good battle for fourth. Jones, Olivia Curtis, and Julian Travato. Actually, I think that 67 is Julian Travato. The 64 is Jeremy Curtis. The karts numbers are not matched up with my roster here. Friel still leads at the front from Phoebe into 52. And then a gaggle of karts for the third spot fighting it out. All the information on go-karting here at Grand Bend Speedway on our website. This is our, if I'm not mistaken, our sophomore season with the go-karts, introducing them in 2024, and they've been an absolutely huge hit ever since we debuted the go-karts here at the Speedway. And it's cool, you get to race a quarter-mile tri-oval track. We take you through a quick little tutorial, just the outside of the diner there. Get you all set up, and we treat you just like a race car driver, just like Will is in the flag stand right now. Halfway, 10 down, 10 to go. Kate Friel still leads. Phoebe now pressuring on the outside. I think that's the only way she's going to be able to pass the 27 is on the outside. Friel's not going to let go of that inside lane. And a gaggle of karts at the start-finish line now battling for third, led by the 67 of Travano. I'll tell you, it feels a lot faster when you're inside the kart, as I can tell you from earlier this evening. Definitely feels faster while you're driving a kart than what it looks like from a spectator's standpoint. Here's Phoebe looking on the outside of the leader. She has a little bit more straightaway speed, that kart does, but she is on that outside groove. That battle for third is 3 wide now. And a little contact there between Curtis and Travano. Here's Jones to the inside and that number 7. And they're 3 wide at the line for third. Jones on the inside, Travano in the middle, Curtis on the outside. Now the 43's there. That's Olivia Curtis, and Olivia grabs a couple spots. Oh, the 52's almost even with the 27 up front. Little contact going into turn number 1. Good run for Phoebe. Here she comes on the outside of Friel. They're dead even into the turn now. Friel on the inside, Phoebe on the outside, and the 52 really hemming that 27 down on the almost onto the apron. In the corner 1, Friel will get a little bit of a lead back. Phoebe trying to get a run off corner exit. And she'll draw almost even by turn 3. And more contact. They stay off each other. And that battle for third, they're so concentrating on themselves, they've lost touch with the leaders by half a lap. So an interesting scenario coming up here. The 46 is Tony Travano in turn number 1, hugging the inside, the same lane as our leader likes to run. So maybe an opportunity for Phoebe here as they close in on the 46. Side by side for the lead. 2 to go here. Battle for the lead. Phoebe right there. He got to stick it though. And she got pushed a little to the outside and going to fight back. I don't know if they're going to get to the 46 here. Lap and a half to go for the leaders. They battle for thirds, now turned into a 3-kart draft around this quarter mile. Here they come. White flag on the Speedway. Phoebe in the 52 looking to do something with that 27 of Kate Friel. They're not going to get to the 46 of Travano though. Leaders on the backstretch. Here they come. Friel on the inside, Phoebe on the outside. One last effort here. Out of turn 4, checkered flag, and it'll be the 27 of Kate Friel from our announce team. John, you'll enjoy your conversation with Kate after this one.
Back to victory lane for Kate Friel after many years. She used to race junior late models when she was a kid. You're watching the preliminary events at Grand Bend Speedway. Join us at 8 o'clock p.m. for the main events, just before 8 o'clock. We'll have our fan appreciation here at 7:30. Kate Friel, our winner here in the 27. Kate, you're flag back in your hand.
Yeah, it kind of brings that racing itch back.
You're gonna go buy a junior late model and get in?
I probably shouldn't, but maybe there's some racing in the Frio blood left to continue maybe here one day.
Well, you still. And that's the 27 Kate Friel, our winner. And Philip will snap a photo here, and we'll get things. We'll get up with our junior sprints up next.
How fast can you transition that photo, John? She's going to want to get it framed by tomorrow morning, I think. We'll ask her about that when she comes back on the mic. Kate Friel in the 27, and that concludes our kart program for this evening. Don't forget all the information on our go-karts at grandbandspeedway.ca. You can come out with your family, your friends, have a great old time, have some lunch, some dinner here at the diner, and do some racing around the quarter mile. All right, junior sprint, A main. So these junior sprints, got to give a shout out to these drivers who've done a fantastic job thus far this evening. With all they were running in this preliminary section of our brand new program we're debuting for you tonight, 48 laps for the junior sprints before our meet and greet. That's what was on the table for them, and thus far, knock on wood, they've been doing a fantastic job. 18 out front, that is Edwin Hyde out of Petrolia. 85, that's Strathroy's Ryan Clark. The 2 is Blake Watson from West Lorne. The first white 10, that's Tyson Fusil out of London. The blue 6, that's Alexis Eaton out of London. The second white 10, that's the 10X of Maxon Desat from Chatham, Ontario. 75, Killian Collins out of Petrolia. 39, that's Landon Moore from Watford. The 98 is Bryson Fuller from London. The 90, Paisley Lamont from London. The 13, Camlin Bright from Petrolia. The 15, Paxton Bright from Petrolia. 20 laps of scheduled distance for our Pinedale Motor Inn Junior Sprints. White flag this time by. After this race, time to stretch your legs. We'll transition into our spectator meet and greet on the front stretch. 20 laps, junior sprints set to go. Hyde on the inside, Clark on the outside out of turn 4. The look to Will on the flag stand, and green flag, we're racing with the junior sprints. Good start for Hyde, good start for Blake Watson in that 2. Also Tyson Fusil in that 10. Clark goes really high in turn number 1, and Eaton will draw even with Clark. Watson looks to the outside of Hyde. They'll come around to complete lap number 1. Edwin Hyde in the 18H will lead lap 1. Watson looks to the outside for Fusil there in the white 10. Then it's Eaton and Clark, your top 5. Desat, Moore, and Fuller after that. Edwin Hyde, your 2024 champ out front. Watson on the outside, and Fusil now coming to the inside. Tyson Fusil in that white 10. And he'll make the pass on Blake Watson. Watson trying to fight back on the outside. They're coming up to the 15 of Bright here. Hyde will lead him into turn 1 and go to the high side. Eaton remains in 4th spot, followed by Clark and Desat. Blake Watson likes that middle groove. Now she'll duck down to the inside and tuck right in behind the 10. Nose to tail, down the back. They're coming up on the 13 of Bright now. That's Camlin Bright in that 13. And Fusil looks to the outside. We'll try and tuck back in behind the 18H. Watson right there as well. And Watson on that upper groove. And now ducks back to the inside. Blake trying to get a run. She got a run to the inside of the 10. Watson up to 2nd spot again. And Blake now will try and track down the leader, Edwin Hyde, in that 18H. Alexis Eaton remains alone in 4th. Desat alone in 5th, and Ryan Clark in 6th. Oh, we got a car in the infield. And that is, I believe, the 15 of Paxton Bright. Now we'll wait and see. You heard Kate talk about the drivers' meeting, and we are going to throw the caution. Car in the infield. We didn't know if the caution was going to come out or they're going to keep them green, and we go caution. Edwin Hyde, your leader in that 18H. Blake Watson in the 2. Tyson Fusil in the 10. Eaton, Desat, Clark, Moore, Lamont, Fuller, Collins, and the 15 of Paxton Bright, the 13 of Camlin Bright. Coming up next, our front stretch fan meet and greet. Race fans, your chance to hop on the track, meet and greet with your favorite driver. Maybe meet a driver you don't know, introduce yourself right after this Junior Sprint A main to wrap up our preliminary portion of our program. White flag on the Speedway. We're stacking and repacking the Junior Sprints here. Edwin Hyde on the inside, Blake Watson on the outside. It's Fusil and Eaton row number 2, Desat and Clark in row 3. Edwin will lead him out of turn 4. Look to the flag stand. Green flag on the race with the Junior Sprints another time. Fusil pushing Hyde into the corner here. And Tyson wants to go. And Tyson will grab the second spot. Hyde will come down to cover. Watson in the 3rd. Eaton and Desat your front 5. Fusil again. Looks like he's pushing the 18H into the corner. Watson looks to the outside. Eaton trying to stay in touch here. Halfway, 10 down, 10 to go. Nose to tail, front 3. The Junior Sprint train down the back, led by the 18H of Edwin Hyde. Fusil and Watson right there. Coming up on some traffic now. They're 15 and then the 13. They'll go to the high side. And they'll work traffic well on the high side. Eaton and Desat and Clark as well to the high side. That actually gave a little bit of track position to Edwin Hyde out front. Now about 3-4 car lengths ahead of Fusil. Now we got caution on the Speedway. The 13 of Camlin Bright in the infield. Got to throw a caution there. The 13 in a dangerous spot in that position. Oh, I apologize. The 10 is there too. I just saw the 10 next of Max and Desat. So we'll get the 10X back on track and then take care of the 13 of Camlin Bright. Camlin's back underway into 13. And it looks like they might be putting the 10X of the SAT onto the flatbed. An interesting restart coming this time. Last time it was Watts.
All new at Grand Bend Speedway in 2025 is the Cobra Tire Cup Series, a 5-race series running on selected Sundays throughout the summer, with the season finale being held on a special 1-mile super speedway course behind the traditional Grand Bend quarter mile. Visit grandbendspeedway.ca for more details. Grand Bend family go-karts are open daily at Grand Bend Speedway. Bring your family or bring your friends and take to the track this summer. No visit to the Grand Bend area is complete without a visit to Grand Bend Speedway family go-karts. The Outside Groove Diner food court is open daily with Grand Bend Speedway family go-karts and at all Grand Bend Speedway racing events. Enjoy hard-serve ice cream, subs, pizza, nachos, and more. Featuring a great view of the pits on race night and a live broadcast of the evening's races, be sure to stop by the Outside Groove Diner anytime you're at the track. For a full schedule of events, visit grandbendspeedway.ca.
For the second altercation. So they're told to double up here, so we'll see the white this time. Just past halfway, if I'm not mistaken, so should be just under 10 laps remaining. Hyde on the inside, Fusil outside, and it's Watson and Eaton in row number 2. Clark and Fuller row 3. Here they come. Green flag with the junior sprints. Good start by Fusil as well. Eaton trying to challenge on the outside. Alexis Eaton, that blue 6, trying to make something happen. Watson to the inside of Fusil for second spot, and they'll drag race down the back. Hyde out front. Watson took advantage of that restart position and grabbed second spot back from the 10. Front 3 trying to get away again. Fusil looks to the outside, now cuts back to the inside. A little bit of a run, and Blake will shut the door. And close right in on Edwin Hyde. The blue 6, Alexis Eaton, trying to stay in touch this time. Great run by Watson. Wow, she ran right to the back of the 18H and had to check up. Hyde, Watson, Fusil, that's your front trio. Then it's Eaton and Clark. Ryan Clark having a great run in that 5th spot. Good run by Fusil into that corner. And the front 3 looking to settle it amongst themselves. Fusil with a little bit of run on the outside. Watson kind of covers a little bit. Fusil will dive to the inside. Watson didn't see him. Side by side on a turn 4. And Fusil by half a car length now will complete the pass. Tyson Fusil back up the second spot. Blake's not done yet. Blake will close right in on a 10. Gives the 10 a little bit of shot going into turn number 3. And they'll come out of 4 to complete another lap. Edwin Hyde just content out front, hitting his marks. Nose to tail. Junior sprint train out of turn 2 and down the back. Another shot by Watson into the back of the 10 car. 2 to go this time by. Junior Sprint A main, lap and a half from settling it. Hyde, Fusil, Watson, your front three. White flag on the Speedway. Hyde trying to go flag to flag. Fusil trying to do something about it. Watson right there for a mistake. Out of turn 2 they come. Oh, nicely, tightly bunched. Into turn 3 a final time. Watson almost got into the 10. Out of turn 4, Edwin Hyde will go flag to flag and win the Junior Sprint A main, followed by Fusil and Watson. What a fantastic race in the Junior Sprint class to wrap up their night with the A main. And we're going to talk to our podium finishers, our top 3, set to have a conversation with John Houghton coming up. Oh, we need the safety crew over to turn 1. They kind of stopped.
Oh, my
there
goodness me.
Yeah, they kind of stopped there instead of exiting the track. John's going to get over there quickly here. We're going to get the safety crew out of turn 3. They all checked up there. I thought they were going to exit, race fans, right there in turn 1, but a couple cars stopped on the inside, and obviously a couple of other cars did not see that, didn't slow up in time. And the 15 of Paxton right onto her side, just checking on Paxton right now. How are we doing, John? Thumbs up there? I don't know if John can hear me. He doesn't have his mic. Give us a thumbs up, John, if she's good. He still can't hear me. I'm surprised by that. How's Paxton over there, John?
Driver's good. Brake failure.
All right. Get up for the 15 of Paxton Bright race fans. Well, awesome job. Thanks, John, for helping out over there. Always
Always happy
appreciate it.
to
Let's go
help.
trackside to John Elton.
Okay, back in business. Edwin Hyde, you are our winner tonight. Put a flag in your hand. Congratulations. Things got crazy there after the checkers. I don't even know if I saw what happened, but I saw you take a checkered flag. Congratulations.
Thanks. Do I have a real bumper left?
Oh, yeah, it's still there. Still there.
Yeah.
Who do you want to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank Heidi's Independent for supporting me in my charity barbecue, and Dr. Lubis Dentistry for for continuing on with their sponsorship. I'd like to thank the fans, the track, and everybody who came out. Oh, and stickers and scuffs.
Right on. That's Edwin Hyde in the 18H. We'll come on in here. Tyson Fusil, hard fighting there for second place, and you got it.
Yeah, it was a good battle all the way. Us 3 stuck together the whole time, and it was a great race by the 18H and the 2 and myself, and it was just amazing. It was the best thing I think I've ever experienced here.
Who do you want to thank tonight?
I want to thank all the fans for coming out. I want to thank these 2 for a great race, and I want to thank my dad for fixing everything tonight, because we did not have the best night tonight, but we finished out on the podium. And I want to thank Ace Auto Pods, Pinedale Motorsports Inn, and Bombshell.
All right, that's Tyson Fusil in the Tammy 10. We'll come on in here. Blake Watson, this purple machine is fast, fast, fast. Good to see you up here once again. Who do you want to thank tonight?
Tonight I'm going to thank Derek's Motors and Blowers, Any Electric, Dave Simmons Automotive, Pinedale Motor Inn, my mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandpa, and all the fans for coming out tonight.
Blake Watson, the number 2. A strong podium run tonight. In a few minutes, we're going to invite all those fans down to get an up-close personal look at these vehicles. We're going to bring the other divisions out as well. And so if you give us just a few minutes, race fans, we're going to be kicking things over to the Fan Appreciation Night, where you can come on down, meet the drivers, see the cars, snap some photos. It's going to be a lot of fun down here in just a few minutes. For those watching in our online audience, make sure that you tune back in 8 o'clock p.m. on YouTube. We've got the stream link up there on our YouTube page. We'll be going live just before 8 o'clock p.m. for the main event here at Grand Bend Speedway.
John, well, I got you on, Mike. Let's transition. Let the fans know what we're going to do now as we're bringing some cars out.
Yeah, so in a few moments here, you're going to